one more brand new member, literally just I think signed up yesterday. Jason Starbuck in California. You're up. You're a cleanup hitter. You're on mute.
Well, it's good to meet you, Ben. I haven't met anybody here as well, except for maybe one person is Tom, who invited me. So it's pretty cool to kind of be here. I want to touch two things. One is it was really cool to hear you talk about your mother. And one thing that you had said was that if you had a chance, you would sit and listen to her. And about 3 months ago, I realized that my father is now getting older. He's in his 70s. And I realized, who could I learn the most from? And for the last 3 months, I've been sitting with him at 7:30 in the morning on Zoom and recording every single hour once a week with him. And I believe it'll be the coolest thing as technology comes around, that all those Zooms may turn into something with AI and I get to learn even more. There could be some cool stuff. So anybody that can do that, thanks for kind of keeping me on path. The second one was that you work with athletes and then you decided to work with executives. What did you find was the difference that athletes have that you can get them to move? Many times the body kind of will move, but the mind doesn't always move the same as the body. What did you find in the transition of working with executives compared to athletes, or the struggles?
Well, believe it or not, I mean, I think everybody's actually wired to drive to be successful, I believe. But the key is how do you speak to that wiring and make sure that the wiring is right? So I believe some athletes have some of the greatest minds I've ever been exposed to. So it's not just that they understand the physical. So they're some of the smartest, most unbelievable entrepreneurs. There's a handful of guys that I can even think of that played in the NFL, and their ability to be entrepreneurs, the money they make, their level of brilliance, like it is at a higher level than any executive I've ever worked with. I mean, they're just geniuses. And so I think what it comes down to is finding your passions. So similar to sharing the answer about the book, you know, with Paul, I think you gotta understand your passions. You gotta chase your passion. So if it's football, how do I connect every day to what it's going to take? And am I willing to be intentional enough in that environment? Because I found those players have a heightened level of awareness to what they have access to. So they're going to utilize their brain for the sponsors. They're going to utilize their brain when they get to go to an event. And they're going to pay attention and build relationships because they realize the exposure they're going to get after the game. Executives, it's the same thing, right? There's a heightened level of awareness, a level of intentionality. And I think when people have awareness and intentionality, and it's more, I'd call it, you hear the word focus. Oh, I'm focused. That's not enough. It's intentional focus. And what I found, whether it be athletes or executives, those that have intentional focus, there's awareness, and they absolutely attack any and all opportunities. So I think it comes down to the wiring, connecting to that wiring, and then attacking everything that's in front of you so you can maximize all opportunity.
That's great. Thank you.